Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name's Rachel and I make lifestyle videos here on YouTube. Today's video is going to be all about getting through the 2-week wait. If you all are not familiar, my husband and I have been trying to conceive for over 2 years now, and I've kind of shared that journey, the ups, the downs, and kind of given my advice through it all. And so today's video, I'm gonna give like 6 different ways. Yeah, I think I have 6 different ways to kind of help you all get through the 2-week wait. Some of the things I do, just ways to stay busy and get it off your mind. I don't think you will completely get it off your mind, but I do think staying busy and kind of just a few different ways can really help. Today's video is in collaboration with Olivia from the channel Live Joyously, and I'm excited to collaborate with her today on this video, and she's also going to be sharing how to get through the 2-week wait and some of her advice and tips on that. She as well has been trying to conceive and has actually experienced multiple miscarriages and been very brave and shared her journey over on her channel. So I know that everybody has a different journey through this, and I think it's important to share other people's stories and journeys with you all in order to help some of you all whose journeys might look a little bit different than mine. If you aren't familiar, I also have a private Facebook group, which I also think is a great avenue and a great resource to kind of connect with other people if you do feel alone in this journey, and to kind of connect with others who are on the same journey but also have different journeys than myself. So I'm excited to be collaborating with Olivia, and I will be sure to leave her video link and her channel link in the description below. So let's go ahead and get into the different ways that I get through the 2-week wait. So one of the biggest, I think the overarching thing is to just stay busy and to keep your mind in other places versus just being so centered and so focused on whether you are pregnant or not. And so some of the ways that I do that is, number one, I try to find projects to do. And for instance, right now I am working on one of my spare bedrooms and turning that into an office. And so home projects are very time consuming and definitely something that I like to think about. So for instance, like if you're just painting a wall, yeah, you can be thinking about whether you're pregnant or not the whole time you're painting that wall. But kind of like painting and also just focusing on the design aspect and where you're gonna put things, and for me that really consumes my mind, and it helps me kind of take my mind off of the TTC journey and whether I'm pregnant or not during the 2-week wait. And so I enjoy being creative and design and home projects, and so for me that is a huge way to take my mind off of it. My second tip is starting a hobby. So if you don't already have a hobby, I'm sure many of us do, you can just focus on your hobby. But a new hobby that I have really been interested in, and if you follow me over on Instagram, which I'll leave my handle here, I've talked a lot about this, and that hobby is starting a garden. And in particular, I am looking to start a cut flower garden, while my husband is also wanting to do like a vegetable garden. And so I have been reading a book for quite a while. I guess it's been a month or 2 now, and I have been trying to learn. So I'm researching and kind of learning how to do it. I'm kind of running out of time, so I really got to buckle down and start planning my garden. And it definitely takes my mind off things because you really have to think about what you're going to do and plan for it. And I think if you're planning for anything, that can completely consume your mind when you're planning for stuff. And so that can be very helpful in this sense. My third tip is to focus on your career or your work, whatever that is that you find fulfillment and passion in, and where your energy is consumed, whether in your career or your work. I know if you're a stay-at-home mom, that might be difficult, but you could also focus maybe more on your child that you have right now, activities with them, whatever it is, just ways to consume your mind with your work, your side hustle. For me, you know, YouTube, my day job, it can consume my mind easily, so I try to just focus on those projects. And one way to really do that, because I know our minds can still wander, is I like to make like a to-do list where I have to check off different tasks. So if you have to check off tasks throughout the day, I feel like that will keep you focused on that, if that makes sense. My fourth tip is to hang out with friends, be social. I really am lucky in a sense that I live in my hometown. I have a bunch of friends here. A lot of them go to my church, and so, on Sundays we will, socialize a little bit, but also throughout the week we can hang out and get together. And I think it's just so helpful to have, like-minded people and friends that you can really hang out with, socialize, and just get your mind off of the 2-week wait. And it's also good to have friends who kind of know, like, they know your journey, they know your situation, and so they can kind of help you get through it as well by just knowing to help take your mind off things. And yeah, I just think it's super helpful. My fifth tip is to plan, kind of like I mentioned earlier, or to focus on your goals. So every year I like to make a few different goals. This year I didn't really announce it to the world, but I do have goals, and planning and working on those goals really takes my mind off of the 2-week wait. And of course, one of my goals would be to have a child, but there's other goals that I have, other desires, and so I really just try to focus on those. Like I mentioned in the video on when I kind of told you all if I was pregnant or not last month, and I really went in depth on that topic, and so many of you all related. I will leave that video link below if you aren't familiar what I'm talking about, but I told you all that I really needed to just focus on other things, other goals and desires in my life, and that helps so much. It really just takes your mind off of this goal, the goal of having a child and starting a family. Now, obviously that goal and that desire will never go away. You'll never completely not think about it, but it definitely helps just to have other goals, whether it's financial goals, healthy eating, exercise, whatever that is. It can be so helpful. My sixth and final tip is to travel. Go on a vacation, do something on the weekend, like a little weekend trip, even if it's just going to another town nearby and just exploring it. I just think having something to look forward to, for instance, if it's a festival or something, a concert, whatever it is, having something to look forward to go to can also take your mind off of it, because you have to plan for that as well. And so I think that can just be another great way to take your mind off of the 2-week wait. So those are all of my tips that I could help give you all to get you through the 2-week wait. Guys, I know it is so hard. The 2-week wait is so hard, and so any way to just kind of get your mind off of it and stay busy is so helpful. And be sure to check out Olivia's channel at Live Joyously, and I'll have it linked down below, and get her advice as well. I don't know, her advice might be totally different than mine, but I think it's good to have 2 different perspectives on the same kind of topic, if that makes sense. So be sure to check out her channel. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, because I'd love to have you join my channel, and to go follow me over on Instagram. Thank you all again for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.